I just came back from the youth group. Let me tell y'all something, man. I was reading Genesis 16. Interesting things popped up, and I want to share with y'all. So Genesis 16 is with Hagar and Ishmael. Hagar was the servant of Sarah. And let me tell y'all something. I'm seeing character in this. Sarah wowed out, bro. I'm be honest with you. She wowed out. She ain't had to treat Hagar like that. She ain't had to do it like that, bro. Look how it starts off. It says, now Sarah, Abraham's wife, had borne him no children, but she had an Egyptian slave named Hagar. So she said to Abraham, the Lord has kept me from having children. Go sleep with my slave. Perhaps I can build a family through her. No conversation about yo girl. Hey, sis. You know, me and hubby been trying to build. And it ain't been popping. Do you think that maybe, just possibly, we can build a family through you? It was never no discussion about that. Girl, can I pull you to the side and have a convo with you or something? It was none of that. None of that. It was just straight sleep with my slave. We gonna build through that. That's what it was. And now look what happens. Hagar gets upset. She says, it says, Abraham agreed to what Sarah said. Of course Abraham's gonna agree. Of course. You gave them the alley-oop. Look. So after Abraham had been living in Canaan for 10 years, Sarai, his wife, took her Egyptian slave, Hagar, and gave her to her husband to be his wife. He slept with Hagar and she conceived. Peep this. When she knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. Hagar was mad, sick. Because you didn't give me the option. So now peep this. Here goes Sarai. Look. No accountability. Then Sarai said to Abraham, you are responsible for the wrong I am suffering. Excuse me? I didn't tell you to do this. You gave me the alley-oop. I'm confused. Then it says, I put my slave in your arms, and now that she knows she is pregnant, she despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me. Well, may him. You chose to do this. I didn't ask you to do that. So now here go Abraham. Look, listen. Your slave is in your hands. In your hands, exactly. Take some accountability here. What are we talking about? Do with her whatever you think is best, and then dipped off. Then Sarai mistreated Hagar, so she fled from her. Mistreated Hagar. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. It was the spring that was beside the road to Shur. And he said, Hagar, slave of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going? She said, I'm running away from my mistress Sarai, she answered. Then the angel of the Lord told her, go back to your mistress and submit to her. The angel added, I will increase your descendants so much that they will be too numerous to count. Then the angel said a bunch of other stuff. Y'all can read the rest, but I want to show y'all something. First of all, they did Hagar completely filthy. Second of all, I want to show y'all how Hagar was really the first Exodus. Peep me. Hold on. Hagar was under the oppression of Sarai. She was oppressed by her master, her master. And she ran from her master into the wilderness, was ready to give it up, give it all up. Just like the Israelites. Then they go from they masters and they ran into the wilderness and they was ready to give it up. Then the Lord said, hold on. He says, I will increase your descendants so much that they will be too numerous to count. What did he tell the Israelites? He said, I will defeat your enemies and I will make the land desolate, but I'll do it by a single year. He said, I'm not going to do it in a single year. I'm not going to do it in a single year because the land will be desolate. Too desolate. So what I will do is I will drive them out little by little until you increase in numbers. It's the same blueprint. It's a mirror of the incident. Now, we see Sarai is a Hebrew woman. Hagar is an Egyptian slave. 400 years before Exodus. Just maybe this could possibly be divine judgment. for how Sarai treated Hagar. As we know, Abraham comes from, he's a man of God, right? The Israelites come from him. They are the descendants of Abraham. So what if this, because Sarai is attached to Abraham, and you have Hagar who was under Sarai, what if the way she was treating Hagar was divine judgment? Just what if? I'm just saying, just what if? What if that was divine judgment? We see that line between the oppressor and the oppressed, it ain't so clean. Let me tell you, them tables always turn, man. They always turn. I always say it, they always turn. There's going to be a time where the oppressed will be in the seat of the oppressor. We see through Joseph, the Israelites come into Egypt because of the famine. And now they lean on the Egyptians, become dependent on the Egyptians, and then you get Pharaoh that comes in and is like, no, they might get too big for us, they might get too mighty for us, so we're gonna try to nail them in a coffin. Yeah, we're gonna oppress them. Now, what if it was meant for Pharaoh to steward that relationship well and he didn't, and now judgment was on him? Just saying, showing that God pays attention to how we steward our relationships, because them tables will always turn. Let us not strive to be the oppressor, but let us strive to be the successor, successful in his teachings, successful in his plans, successful in the way that he would love for us to be. Just because we are now the oppressor, in that seat of the oppressor, don't mean that we have to oppress the people that oppressed us in those situations. In situations, because I'm telling you, them tables will turn. They will turn, even if it takes 400 years. Because that's the time that it happened, right? But with Hagar and Sarai, it was 400 years before Exodus. It's just interesting. I always say, God is paying attention to how we steward things, our relationships, our finances, everything. Just because you got a little, people get fascinated with these numbers. Oh, I need to have 100 people popping out. I need 150 this and 193 people to come here and to show that I'm doing something good. No. If God is presenting you a small, intimate circle, something small, he's watching to see how you will steward that opportunity. Because if you can't steward something small, how can you steward something big? Right? When we have that opportunity to oppress someone, let us not be the oppressor, but let us show that person how to be a leader, an actual leader. I just thought that stuck out to me. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I hope you have a blessed night. I love you guys. Remember, pay attention to how you steward things, because God is watching.